Your Caribbean passport says visa-free to Europe, but Norway's customs police disagree. Since August, they've been pulling citizenship by investment holders out of airport lines and deporting them on the next flight out, all while no public policy change exists. Here's what's happening at the border, why Norway's legal trick could spread to other Schengen countries, and what you need to know as a global investor. Let's start with what Norway officially says. When IMI contacted Norway's Immigration Directorate back in August about reports of entry refusals, they were clear. Citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis are visa-free to Norway and the Schengen area, and there have been no recent changes to this. They extended that assurance to all 5 Caribbean CBI nations: St. Kitts, Dominica, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, and St. Lucia. On paper, nothing has changed. In practice, though, everything has. An Indian national arrives on a tourist visa holding his St. Kitts and Nevis passport on August 19th in Bergen, Norway. Border officers ask him directly, is this an investment passport? He confirms he obtained citizenship through investment, but clarifies it's not called that. It's a legal passport issued by a sovereign nation. Doesn't matter. Police remove him from Norway that same day. The official reason, claims the government, is that his passport is not valid in Norway because, and this is the key part, Norway requires personal attendance when applying for a passport. Listen to that again. Norway declared a foreign passport invalid because it wasn't issued according to Norwegian procedures. That Bergen case wasn't an isolated incident. By mid-October, at least 5 separate refusals had occurred at Bergen and Oslo Airport. Multiple investment migration firms, Latitude Consultancy, Global North, Apex Capital Partners, all confirmed affected clients to IMI. One industry executive called that first Bergen officer a rookie, but then it kept happening. Different airports, different officer, yet the same result. What was strange in these cases is that these same travelers entered other EU and Schengen countries without any issues. The problem is Norway specific. Fast forward now to November of 2025. 2 Dominican citizens land in Oslo. They'd entered Norway the previous year on the exact same passports. No problems then. But this time, officers separate them for individual questioning. They're asked how they obtained citizenship, why they didn't collect their passports directly from Dominica, why they hold both their original nationality documents and their CBI passports. Then they're told the unthinkable: you're being deported tomorrow. Officers confiscate their Dominican passports and detain them overnight. They're allowed to stay in a hotel, under what circumstances we can only imagine, before being escorted back to the airport the next morning. A Norwegian immigration lawyer confirmed to them directly Norway had begun refusing entry to Caribbean CBI passport holders starting that summer, and no legal intervention would succeed at the border. Their passports were returned at the aircraft door moments before boarding a flight to Istanbul. So how is Norway doing this without violating Schengen rules? Norway isn't saying Caribbean CBI holders need visas. That would contradict Schengen policy because citizens of these Caribbean countries have visa-free access. Instead, they're invoking passport validity. Norway's Immigration Act, Section 17, allows police to remove any traveler lacking, quote, a valid passport or other approved travel document. Border officials apply Norwegian passport issuance standards, specifically the requirement for personal attendance, to foreign documents. If you didn't appear physically before authorities when applying for your passport, Norway declares it invalid. This reasoning functionally nullifies another sovereign nation's passport issuance procedure, but it keeps Norway technically compliant with Schengen visa-free list. You're visa-free on paper, banned in practice, and there's no advance warning. In early December, Dominican government officials confirmed what we'd been reporting for months. Norway is enforcing an unpublished operational policy. It applies to all Caribbean CBI passport holders, regardless of the program, their background, original nationality, or previous travel history. Dominica acknowledged the restriction and indicated the matter is under diplomatic review, but for now, the policy stands. This is the first verified instance of a Schengen member state systematically refusing entry to Caribbean CBI citizens. Now you might be thinking, I wasn't planning to visit Norway anyway, but think of the consequences of such an action. Norway has proven that any Schengen country can effectively ban CBI holders without changing their visa policy, without public notice, and without violating EU rules. The legal mechanism exists. The precedent is set. If other countries decide Caribbean CBI passports are problematic, they now have a template. And there are signs the European Union may be thinking bigger than just one country's border policy. For years, Brussels has expressed discomfort with citizenship by investment, particularly Caribbean programs that offer visa-free Schengen access. Norway's approach is manual. It requires border officers to identify CBI holders one by one, ask the right questions, and process deportations individually. It works, but it doesn't scale. But what if the EU could automate this? What if there was a system that flagged CBI passport holders before they even boarded a plane to Europe? That system is coming. It's called ETIAS, the European Travel Information and Authorization System, and it could give Brussels the infrastructure to mechanize exactly what Norway is doing by hand. We're publishing a video on ETIAS in the coming days, what it is, how it works, and why CBI holders should be paying close attention. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.